G'day everyone, Asian Day here. Today we're going to look into virtual desktops. Now Microsoft has finally brought this to Windows 10, so this is a feature that Mac OS have had for more than a decade. I think it's 2007 when Macs have had it, but for Windows it's 2015. So they've also had this in Windows XP, but you actually had to install some add-ons to have this feature. Now this feature is very useful generally, but extremely well for business scenarios. So let's dive into it. So to actually access virtual desktops, you actually can click on Task View down here. The keyboard shortcut for it is Windows key and Tab. Now you'll get to this sort of thing, which actually lists out all the applications and windows you have currently open. And at top here you'll see all these weird things called desktops. Now these are what we call virtual desktops. Now this is very useful if you've got one screen or multiple screens, but extremely more useful, and you can add more desktops here. So according to Microsoft, you can add as much as you want. There is no limit to the desktop. More than likely you'll crash your computer from not enough memory to serve all these desktops. So you can have way more than, I think someone's tested up to 700 and more anyway. So go for it if you want to try it out. If you have, give me a comment down below and see how many you've tried, and maybe make a little race out of it. Alright, so what I mean by these virtual desktops is very useful for is when you actually have a lot of applications open, you'll get a cluttered desktop here, like I have here. I've got a few Windows, Word, browsers open. I've got a couple applications. By clicking on the task view, you'll actually get listed out all these nice little features of showing which individual window that's open itself, so I can actually select and work on that document itself rather than use the Alt tab as you used to use. That's the same idea. But task view is actually much easier here to actually find everything in an overview itself. Now what virtual desktops allows you to do is it's really good for you to organize your windows, so you actually don't get all this nice big cluttered ones. So you can actually put different applications to different desktops. So you can then be solely working on that desktop, so you don't have to worry about other stuff. It's more, so I wouldn't say it's for the aid, for cleanness wise, but it just helps you concentrate a lot better. So it aids in that sort of concentration. Now it's also really good for meetings as well. So when you're in meetings, say for example I'm going to use my desktop one as your normal working and stuff like that, and say you're going back to presentate to a meeting itself, you can actually create what you want in your other desktops. So at the moment I've got this PowerPoint slide in full screen itself, and I can just be going through this PowerPoint slide, and then you can go between the different desktops with the shortcut command of Windows Control left or right, and that will get you navigate between the different desktops. So that way you can actually pre-open all these things for your meetings, and you don't have to have people showing what you're normally currently working on, so you can continue when you get off your meeting, you can continue working off there. So you can actually have prepare things for your meeting or on your presentation itself. So it's really nice if you can use the desktops there. The other thing is very nice, as you can see, in full screen. That way you can actually have different things that's full screen and that's ready to go, so you don't have to minimize things or go between the different windows. You can just go between the different desktops itself. What I'm going to give you is another really nice little tip for single screen, or there's a snapping tool, so you can actually grab the top of the window and put it to the right of the screen or left of the screen. You will see this little nice little big grey sort of thing, and if you let go of the mouse, it will then snap for half the screen for one of the windows, and then you can ask you for the other side what you want, and then that means you can do a side-by-side view itself. So I'm just going to go down to my other screen here, which is my first screen, which has a lot of stuff open here. As you can see, I've got a few windows here. So I'm going to actually snap this one here to the right, and then it asks you on the other side what you want as the other side of the screen. which is really nice. To unsnap it, you can do that. So the other way to actually do this in keyboard command is to be Windows left, and then it asks you what you want, or you can go, I'm going to select this Word document itself, and you can go Windows right, and that will tell you go to the right side, and it's really nice. So you can actually get a side-by-side split view itself if you've got a big enough screen, so you can do documents. So that's just a little top tip there. Now, like I said, virtual desktop is very nice for you to actually then put things in full screen, and you can then just concentrate on that single lone app, which actually helps you rather than have multitask everything. It actually helps you in concentrating on things rather than have things in the background distracting you. Now, in my previous video, you probably see me, I'm actually using the function itself from a mouse rather than actually using the task view here, the button to click on it. I actually had a programmable mouse, and what I've done is I've actually remapped one of the keys for my mouse, which is this nice little sniper button, which I never use, and like I said, I use it this more for productivity than actually for gaming itself. And what I've done is I've actually remapped this key to Windows tab. Now, Windows itself, unfortunately, in the control panel, you won't be able to remap any of the, if you've got a basic mouse, unfortunately you won't be able to remap any of those buttons to actually to these like Windows tabs or anything like that. So you do need to have a programmable mouse to be able to make this function itself. So this makes it extremely very easy, especially when you've got a lot of switching between the applications, which I use a lot in my line of work. So that's the reason why I have actually got a programmable mouse. Now, I've also done back and forth with my left and right, because I actually don't use my back and forth for browsing itself, because I always open a new tab. So I've sacrificed my back and forth on my usual. If you find this video informative, give it a like, and remember to subscribe to my channel by clicking on the subscribe button to keep yourself up to date with my videos. I try to upload a video every Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays. And just remember, imperfections in life makes it beautiful and interesting. I'll see you in the next video.